Hello everyone, welcome to Gatewala. Sorry for the delay, because of some technical issue the class is delayed by 15 minutes, so please do accept my apologies for that. I hope everyone in this batch is from first year, second year or third year, na? No one is pass out? Or are there some students who are already passed out? Good evening, good evening. Am I audible? Am I audible? Am I audible? Audio video is okay, na? Audio video is okay? Okay, first year. I am pass out. Amir. Okay. Nivedita, yes sir. First year, pass out. Okay. So, most of you have already gone through C programming in your curriculum if you are in second year, third year or pass out student. But my strategy is I will start from zero with the assumption that my viewers, my student don't even know anything about C programming. What I am assuming is you all are 12th pass student, and I will start teaching in my own style with that assumption that you don't even know anything about C programming or any program or any programming language. Will that be okay to everyone? Will that be okay to everyone? Okay. Hope that must be okay. Okay na? Okay. So the very first thing, sir, why someone should learn C programming? Why someone should learn C programming or any kind of programming language? Let me talk about the basic things. Why someone should learn programming language? Sir, programming language improves our logical thinking capability. Programming language improves our logical thinking capability. Now, if you are from electronics background, of course you will not say I am from electronics, why should I improve my logic? I am from civil engineering, why should I improve my logic? Everyone wants to improve his or her logic. So the very first reason is improving logic. Sir, second thing, why someone should learn coding, why someone should learn programming, why software? Because the most lucrative jobs, high salary, are in software industry. Okay. Third question, these are most frequently asked question by first year student or second year student or any BTech student. Sir, I belong to tier 3 college, and I am a non-computer science student. Will I able to get a job? Now, the answer is, I hope we often used to hear that a student, a 5th class student or a 15-year-old student get a job in Google. A 8th class student is working in Amazon. And we always used to think, how is that possible? Why such companies are hiring those students? The answer is, imagine a scenario, the electricity at your home goes down. If electricity at your home goes down, what you will do? Sir, we call a electrician. Electrician came. Everything become okay. Am I right? Everything become okay. Did you ever ask that electrician? Did you ever ask that electrician, are you graduate? Are you a BTech? From where you did your BTech? No, sir. We are not concerned with all those questions. What we are concerned with is our task must be done. And that is the same approach followed by those tier 1 company. What they want? They don't even want that my employee should be like this, my employee should be like this. If you are able to perform their task, then they will hire you. So don't bother about these such things. Sir, I am from tier 3 college. I am from a private university. Will I able to get a job in a very good company? Of course you will. Of course you will. The next question, most frequently asked question, whenever you asked some senior or your friend or anyone that should I learn C programming as my first programming language? Most of them will tell you that, oh, C is a hard language. You must go for Python or you must go for some easier language. They will tell you that C is a little bit harder. Am I right or not? Please tell me. Am I right or not? Is it the same scenario? Whenever you asked your seniors, should I go for Python or C programming as first language, please make this session interactive. They used to say that C is little bit harder. See, the very first thing, there is nothing like hard or easy. There is nothing like hard or easy. First thing, subject is always there. Subject is subject. A subject is never easy, nor it is hard. Neither it is easy nor it is hard. Subject is subject. We make it easy or hard. But coming to C language, if I assume that C is little bit harder, think for the positive side. Think for the positive side. If you learn C language, then everything else become easier. If you learn C language, which is my guarantee, in the very first lecture, I am taking the guarantee that you will become an expert in C language for sure. For sure, I am taking that guarantee. Okay. So if you learn C language, everything else become easier. So that's the beauty. That's the beauty. Is that okay? Devbrat is saying the logic of C is complicated. See, Devbrat, there are two things. You want to learn driving. In market, there are so many cars available. Am I right? Auto driver mode without gear. Am I right? Try to understand. You learn driving on a car without gears. Then after a few days, you go for getting your driving license. Try to understand. And they ask few questions about gears. You don't even able to answer that. You don't even able to answer the most simplest question about gears. And you think you know driving. Will you be able to drive any car? No, for sure. Try to understand. That is what will happen if you go for a easy language. no logic development. Sir, C is the best language if you want to improve your logic. C must be the very first language for every student to build logics. Is that okay? Is that okay? I hope these things must be clear to each and everyone. Now let us start C programming. Let us start C programming. So today I will only discuss the basic things about programming. C programming. Sir. Don't worry. Even if you don't have any knowledge, don't worry about it. Sir, what are programs? Coming to a program. Sir, programs are everywhere. Almost everyone nowadays is using a smartphone, and within those smartphone we are using different applications, or what you say, apps. Whether it is WhatsApp, whether it is Google Map. Am I right or not? Sir, we all are using programs directly or indirectly. We all are using programs directly or indirectly, and programs are helping us. For example, those who are fond of traveling a lot, sir, Google Maps is a friend. Google Maps is their best friend. What is Google Map? What is Google Map? Sir, Google Map, whenever you open Google Map, it asks for two things. Am I right? It usually asks for two things: source and the destination. Source and the destination. You enter some source, then some destination, then it will show you a route from source to destination. So what is Google Map? Is there someone sitting inside your mobile phone who is manually making this route for you? Is it so? Of course not. Sir, in the background, some programs are running. I am using Google Map, but in the background, some programs are running. Okay. Let me take example of ATM machine. I hope everyone must know about ATM machine. How we used to withdraw some money. Sir, there is some interfaces there, and it asks for, after entering your credentials, you press withdrawal button, then everything will be, you get your cash. Am I right? You get your cash. Am I right? So again, let me ask you, sir, is there someone sitting in that ATM machine who is counting that currency notes for you and giving you that cash amount? Is it so? Is it so? No, sir. In the background, some program is running. That takes your credentials, and give you the amount of cash. Coming to Google Map, it takes source as well as destination part from you, and it will give you some route. Okay, let's take a real world example again. Fully automated washing machine. Fully automated washing machine. Okay. Sir, how that fully automated washing machine gets to know when to stop? How it works? Again, is there someone sitting in that washing machine? No, sir. In the background, programs are running. Sir, that means programs are everywhere, and they are helping us for making our life convenient. Am I right? Programs are everywhere, and they are making Someone is asking, is C language useful for placement? Of course, it is useful for placement. Of course. See, learning C programming, that means once you learn C programming, that means 50% of C++ is done. 50% of C++ is done. You can easily switch from C to C++ within a month. Now can I continue? Now can I continue? Sir, programs are everywhere. Whether I talk about Google Map, ATM machine, or fully automated washing machine, sir, in the background programs are running. And notice the fact that every program is taking something from the user and giving something to the user. If it is Google Map, it is taking source and destination, and it is giving you the route. Am I right? If I talk about ATM machine, it is taking your credentials and it is giving you the cash. Am I right? That means, please note down one thing. Whenever we talk about program, it takes something and it gives something. Is that okay? What a program takes is said to be input, and what a program gives us is said to be the output. Is it clear? Is it clear to everyone? Okay. Sir, why we need programming language? Why we need programming language? Why we need programming language? Why you are able to understand this lecture? Why you are able to understand this lecture? Those who are watching this lecture, who are attending this lecture, why you are able to understand? Because I am speaking in English and you know English. Am I right? Sir, for any kind of communication, the utmost important thing is a language. Am I right? If you want to communicate to any person, sir, what we need? We need a language, whether that language is Hindi, English, Malayalam, Kannada, Tamil, or any other language. If I want a communication between two entities, the most important thing is language. Done? Similarly, if we want to interact with machine, or computer, what we need? Sir, we need some language. Am I right? Done, sir. So, why we need programming language? Sir, to interact with machine, we need programming language. Done to everyone? Please do let me know. Done to everyone? Sir, in order to communicate with machine, what we need? We need programming language. Is that okay? Sir, now the big question over here is, why we need to interact? Sir, why we need to interact with machine? See, these are basics, and I want everyone to understand these facts. Why we need to interact with a computer or a machine? Sir, we need to understand what is a computer. What is a computer? Do let me know what is a computer. Do let me know what is a computer. Manesh Roy, in my opinion, every student must make his or her own notes. In lecture, just go through the concept. Just focus on learning part. Don't focus on making notes. If you have enough time, if you are in first year or second year, during lecture, just focus on learning part. After the lecture, make your own notes and highlight important key points. Sir, you all are saying something. You all are saying something like this. Sir, computer is a machine that takes input and gives output. It is a machine that performs specific task. Okay, done. Sir, it is an electronic device. It is an electronic device. It is an electronic device. Okay. Electronic device for storing and processing an electrical machine that perform logical and arithmetic analysis. Okay, all the definitions are correct. All the definitions are correct. Sir, computer is a powerful device. Computer is a powerful electronic device. Many students say something like this. Computer is a powerful electronic device. But in my opinion, computer is a dumb device. In my opinion, computer is a dumb device. Why? Why? Sir, why are you saying something like that? That computer is a dumb device. Because computer don't perform any task by its own. A computer don't perform any task by its own. It only perform task. It only perform those tasks. Actually, it only follow those commands which are given by human beings, which are given by us. Am I right? Now, some of you might get confused. Then, sir, you are saying computer don't perform any task. Then what is Alexa? See, Alexa don't have any biological parents. We programmed Alexa through the concept of machine learning and various algorithm to behave like in this manner. We programmed it. We, human being, programmed Alexa. Who is more powerful, human being or computer? Sir, of course human being, because we programmed Alexa. We used to program a machine. We provide the power. Is that okay to everyone? That means computer don't perform any task. What it does? Sir, it only follow those commands which are given by us. Am I right or not? Am I right or not? That means, sir, we need to provide commands to a computer because it don't perform any task by its own. We need to provide set of commands. We need to provide set of instructions. What instruction you need to follow? Am I right or not? Am I right or not? Now Devbrat Sarkar is still asking, but sir, Alexa is not full AI, but it is not a human being. Devbrat, is it a human being? Is it a human being? Is it a human being? Or is it something given by God? Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. You prayer and God appears and give you. Okay, I am giving you Alexa. No, dear. Alexa, what is Alexa? Is it some human being? Of course not. Of course not. How it is capable? How it is capable to do things? Because we programmed it. Somehow in the background, programs are there. Try to understand. Don't ask foolish questions, please. Please. Is that okay to everyone? Everyone is able to get, everyone, any issue, any issue, any issue, feel free to ask. Any issue, feel free to ask. Any issue, feel free to ask. Everything is okay. Everything is okay. Can I move further? Can I move further? Can I move further? That means, sir. That means, sir, computer is dumb device. It only follow commands or set of commands or set of instructions. Again, and we provide these set of commands in some programming language. That means the situation is something like this. This is me. This is me. This is machine. This is machine. I am providing set of commands, or you can say instructions, but these instructions are written in some programming language. That is why this is called as program, set of command or set of instructions written in some programming language to be followed by a machine. So what is a program? Is this picture clear to everyone? Is this picture clear to everyone? Is this picture clear to everyone? Sir, you are saying something like this. You are saying something like this. We have a program. How a program looks like? How a program looks like? Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about anything. I will discuss each and every point. Till now, don't worry about anything. What, sir? What is this? Don't worry. Just give me time. Just give me time. Sir, this is a C program. This is a C program. Sir, can I say a C program or is English type language, is written in some English type language? Of course, sir. Is it human readable? Is it human readable? Human understandable? Is it human readable as well as human understandable? Of course, sir. And you are saying, sir, you are saying that I am giving this program directly to a machine. I am giving this program directly to a computer. Can I directly give this program to a computer? No, sir. Why? Because a computer understands only 0 and 1. This program is not machine readable. Am I right? It is not machine readable. Am I right? It is not machine readable. So can I directly give this program to a computer who understands only 0 and 1? No, sir. You cannot directly give this program to machine. That means I cannot do something like this. Sir, actually this is wrong. Please do accept my apologies. Please forgive me if somehow speak out something in Hindi. See, I am from North India, so I am not completely, I'm not completely used to speak in Hindi, in English, 100%. So if somehow I speak out some word in Hindi, I hope that is tolerable. Please forgive me for that. If somehow I will ask something like this, समझ आया ना? अरे समझ में आया या नहीं? Is that okay to everyone? Okay, sir. Okay, sir. That means this is wrong. So, sir, now, what can we do? Try to understand. Sir, here we have a person who speaks Tamil. Here we have a person who speaks Tamil. Try to understand. And here we have someone who understand only Hindi. What we need? What we need? What we need? What we need? Sir, we need a translator. A translator that will take that Tamil sentence, convert that Tamil sentence into Hindi, English, whatever. That means, sir, now we have something called as translator. That will take this program as input and convert this program into machine readable format. Convert this program into machine readable format. Now I can give this program to machine. Is it machine readable? Yes, now it is machine readable. Now machine execute those instruction and provide you the corresponding output. Is this the right picture? Is this the right picture? Of course, sir. Here, sir, translator is nothing but compiler. So compiler, who is your best friend? Who is your best friend? Who is your best friend? If you wanted to learn programming language, think like compiler. Compiler is your best friend. That will tell you about your mistakes, error. That will provide you recommendations, suggestion, warning. Oye, don't do this. Otherwise problem could be there. Am I right? So compiler is your best friend. Now here many students used to ask, sir, compiler or interpreter. I will let you know everything. I will let you know everything. Please. As of now, this picture is clear to everyone. As of now, this picture is clear to everyone. Sir, we are writing program in English type language. Why? Because we human beings are good with English type language. Now a question arises. Can't we write programs in 01? Sir, why to bother about all this? Can't we write programs directly in the forms of 0 and 1? Answer me. Is it possible to write programs in 0-1 format? Yes, sir, we can write. Yes. But it is very tedious task to write everything in the form of 0 and 1. You need to mug up everything because if you are writing programs in 0 and 1, that means machine language, you need to know everything. How to write a plus in terms of 0 and 1. Try to understand. Sir, we human beings are not good with numbers. Human beings are not good with numbers. Human beings are not good with numbers. How many contact number do you remember? How many contact number do you remember? Honestly tell me. I only used to remember 6 contact number. Wife, mother, father, brother, sister, and myself. Done. And I can guarantee no one no one among this batch used to remember more than 10 contact numbers. Am I right? Am I right? So we are not good with numbers. You Nitish Kumar, when you talk about, see, I can answer this question at various level. Coming to 0 and 1, you can think of it as on or off. Coming to 0 and 1, actually they represent how 0 and 1 bits are stored inside computer. Actually it's magnetic flux. Actually it's all about magnetic flux, whether it is present or absent. Is that okay? Is that okay? Nitish Kumar? Okay. Done. So we are able to write program. We are able to write program, of course, but they become tedious. Initially, when computer came into existence, initially people used to write programs in 0 and 1. But that is a tedious task. Try to understand everything. Initially, when computers are developed, let us suppose you need to add 3 and 9. Then what type of information you need to tell to the computer? You need to tell computer 3 things: 3, 9 and plus. Am I right? You need to provide 3 things to the computer even for a single operation: 3, 9 and addition. But computer only understands 0 and 1. So instead, your instruction could be something like this. Try to understand. I am just giving you an idea. I am not telling that it is correct, but try to understand everything. Sir, that means everything. Just for addition, I am writing so many bits. Just for addition, I am writing so many bits. I need to remember how to represent plus. I need to remember what is the code for minus. I need to remember what is the code for multiplication. The very first problem. Second problem. Let us suppose you make a very large program and a single bit goes wrong. Sir, output is different. Maybe error. You need to check every single bit again and again to point out that error. That means debugging is again becomes tedious if you are writing program in 0 and 1. Try to understand. Sir, what is this? This is called as machine language 01. This is called as machine language. Now, human being is great. Human being is great. Always try to find some way. Okay. So what they did is they designed something. Okay. Sir, don't remember plus. Don't remember the code for plus, multiplication and all that. See, if you are using a computer, that means you are literate. If you are using a computer, that means you are literate. And we are good with words. You know my name. You remember almost 500 names. Am I right? Everyone can easily remember. Everyone can easily remember 100, 200 words. Of course, sir. Of course. Sir. So what they said, don't remember the code for plus. I know the spelling of addition. So I am saying ADD. I am providing ADD to the computer. Try to understand. Please try to understand. Something like this. Similarly, in case you want to do multiplication, do something like this. Getting my point? Sir, that means now we have a vocabulary. Which is easier to remember. As compared to 0 and 1. Now, what is this called? This is called as assembly language. Somehow this is called as assembly language. But again, human being is not satisfied. Why to learn something? Why to learn something, this vocabulary? What I want is something like this. I don't want something like this. I simply want something like this. I simply want something like this. Arey, just like mathematics, can't we do something like this? Of course, sir. This is much simpler. See, tough become simple, simplest. That is high level languages. Is it okay to everyone? This picture is 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 okay to everyone? Is this picture okay to everyone? Is this picture okay to everyone? So, sir, Dupati ji, it would not be possible for me to repeat such a long topic. Please. I am starting each topic from zero level. Now I cannot go beyond zero. There is no negative level of mine. So don't ask once again. Why once again? Others, no one is going to ask you about the difference between assembly and high level language. If someone asks, you can tell assembly level language is a low level language. Is that okay? Assembly level language is a low level language. Sir, what do you mean by level? What do you mean by level? See, high level, low level. Sir, what do you mean by level? The more close a language to machine language, it is said to be nearer, or it is at low level. Sir, assembly level is closer to machine language. That is why it is said to be low level language, because it is much closer to machine language. However, a language like Python or C or Java are not closer to machine level language. That is why they are said to be higher level language. Is that okay? So try to understand. Sir. That means somehow in picture we have 0, 1 type of things, that is machine. Then we have something called as assembly language. I am just giving you a brief idea. When you become more powerful, I will teach you everything. That means, sir, if you are writing a program in high level language, actually in the background, what is going on? Sir, if you are writing a program in high level language, somehow, first it will convert to assembly level language. Program. Then this assembly language program is converted into machine language. Is that okay to everyone? We will talk about this picture on coming lectures. After 10 to 12 lecture, I will show you the broad picture. But as of now, think about only compiler. Yes, yes, Manas Rai, because C and C++ provide some low level feature. C and C++ also provide some low level feature. That is why it is said to be middle level language. Coming to C programming, although it is a high level language, but it also provides some low level feature. That is why it is also called as middle level language. Is that okay? So do let me know as of now any confusion, as of now any confusion, as of now any confusion, as of now any confusion to anyone, as of now any confusion to anyone. Sir, how many languages exist? Sir, how many languages exist in India? How many languages exist? Sir, there are so many languages. Hindi, sir, English, sir, Kannada, sir, Tamil, Malayalam, Urdu, Marathi, and so on. There are many languages. There are many languages. Sir, do I need to learn all these languages? Do I need to learn all these languages? Do you know all these languages? Sir, because we are living in India, we must know all these languages. Do I need to learn all these languages? Do I need to learn? Do I need to learn all of them? Do I need to learn all of them? No, sir. As per my requirement, I will learn. Sir, I know Hindi, I know English. Nothing. Sir, English for official work, it is good. Hindi, my native language, my mother tongue. Done, sir. That is why I only know 2 languages. Hindi, English. Same is the question. Same is the question. How many programming languages exist? Sir, how many programming languages? Sir, there are so many programming languages. C, C++, Python, Java, Ruby, Scala, and so on. Do I need to learn all of them? No, sir. As per my requirements, sir. In placement, C, C++ or Java. Okay. But in industry, sir, Java and Python are much widely used. Why should I learn Ruby? Why should I learn Scala? Why should I learn any other language? Is that okay? Siddesh ji is saying, sir, go little bit fast. Siddesh ji, there are only 2 ways to learn a subject. Either your way or teacher way. If you want, you can provide me the content. I will follow your content. Provide the topics, provide the topic, and in each lecture please mention, sir, in this lecture these 2 hours you will finish this topic. I will do that. Or follow my way. In first way I will teach whatever you say. The problem is you are only thinking about yourself. You think you know C programming, then think about me. Think about me. I am teaching C language from past 16 years. That means I know somehow C languages, na? Still I am teaching at 0 level, then it is very much difficult for me to teach at this level, na? So think before writing anything. Think before writing anything. I don't mind. If you want, you all can provide me the content. Sir, in first lecture, finish this. In second lecture, finish this. I will do that. No problem at all. Without anger, I am saying all this. What I want is, once I finish the subject, you must feel confident in C language. And that is what I am doing over here. Is that okay to everyone? Sir, as per requirement, we need to learn 2, 3 or 4 languages. As per our requirement, we need to learn 2, 3 or 4 languages. Okay, sir. Now try to understand. Now try to understand. Sir, what we get to know? Sir, to interact with computer, we need to learn programming language. Am I right? Sir, to interact with computer, we need to write programs. Am I right? Sir, programs are set of commands we provide to a computer, and computer used to follow those commands. That means in order to interact with computer, what we are supposed to do? Learn some programming language, write program. Learn some programming language and write programs. Am I right? Learn at least one programming language and write programs. What do you mean by learning a programming language? What do you mean by learning a programming language? Sir, I hope when I was in high school, my parents used to compel me that join some English tuition. I go for a tuition. There, the professor, on the very first day, what they used to teach us, coming to learning English, what they teach us? Any good professor coming to English, what they used to teach us on the very first day? They will teach us grammar. They will say tense. They will say, okay, learn tense. Tenses are of 3 types: present, past and future. Am I right? Present, past and future. Again, these are of 4 types: present continuous. Actually, learning a language is nothing but, what about present continuous? They used to tell you that there is a rule that noun plus is, are, am, verb first form plus ing. Am I right? So is it a kind of rule? Of course it is a kind of rule. So what is grammar? What is learning a language? Learning a language is nothing but learning a set of rules, learning the grammar, learning set of rules. Once you know all those set of rules, you are able to find out whether a sentence is right or a sentence is wrong. Am I right? If I write over here, Ram to goes Agra, Ram to Agra going. Is this sentence correct? Is this sentence correct? Do let me know. Is this sentence correct? Is this sentence correct? Is this sentence correct? No, sir. Why this sentence is not correct? Because it is not following the rule for present continuous sentence. Am I right? Am I right? So same is with any programming language. Learning a programming language is nothing but learning how to make a sentence, learning how to make as a statement, learning what are different kind of statements present in a programming language, learning how a sentence looks like. Am I right? So learning a programming language is nothing but learning the syntax. Learning the syntax. Once you are able to understand the syntax, you are free to write program in a programming language. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Done, sir. Okay. See, sir, in a school, whenever we need to write application for a leave, how we used to write? Sir, application has a format to, then the salutation part, regards, date. Am I right? Sir, leave application. Am I wrong in saying you, Nitish Kumar, syntax is nothing but rules followed by programming language? Just like English language has some rules to validate sentences. Programming language also have some rules, like how a declaration looks like, how a for loop looks like. Is that okay? Sir, leave application. Okay. In high school, we used to write telegram. In high school, we used to write telegram. And there is a format. For telegram, there is a format. It must be as concise as possible. So am I right in saying something like that? That everything has a format. Just like any leave application, just like any telegram, sir, a C program also follows some particular format, and that format looks like something like this. Sir, a C program has a format like this. In general, a C program has a format like this. The point number one. Now, point number two. Sir, when we talked about program, whether it is Google Map or ATM machine or fully automated washing machine, sir, a program used to take something from the user. What is that called? That is called as input. And a program used to provide something to the user, and that is called as output. Now try to understand. Your first day in college, and you are writing a program. You don't even know anything about C language or Java language or C++. And teacher told you, write a program to display your name. I hope that is the very first program in laboratory. They used to tell you hello world program like that. Sir, I don't even know anything how to write a program. Try to understand, sir. Every program must take some input and give some output. As a novice, as a beginner, I don't know anything. So there must be some facility. In every programming language for reading the input coming from the keyboard. Try to understand. Sir, there is a monitor. There is a keyboard. Sir, a monitor is there. A keyboard is there. Try to understand. Please try to understand. And sir, processor is there. Try to understand. Sir, from keyboard you are giving the input. From keyboard the user is giving the input, and that input is going inside our program. Sir, program is somewhere else. Keyboard is somewhere else. Somehow you are providing some input from the keyboard, and that input through wire is going somewhere else. Sir, that means in every programming language there must be some facility to read input coming from the keyboard. Is that okay to everyone? Point number two. Every programming language must provide the feature to read, to take, to fetch input coming from the keyboard. Am I right? Tell me. Sir, as a beginner, am I supposed to write the code for how to take input? No, of course no. Please do let me know whether things are okay. Done. Sir. Once. Try to understand. Sir, our program takes input. Our program work on that input. That means make some calculation. Our program makes some calculation and store the result somewhere. Then, sir, program used to provide output. Where? On the screen. That means, sir, inside memory there is a program. Our program want to display something onto this screen. That is, let us suppose addition of two number. Our program wants to display something onto the monitor. Sir, program is somewhere else. Monitor is somewhere else. Program wants to provide output onto the monitor. Sir, again, point number 3, every programming language must provide the feature to give output, to print output onto monitor. Is that okay? Things are okay or not? 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 As of now, things are okay? As of now, things are okay or not? Done? Done? Okay. Now, sir, is it necessary to learn programming language? Is it necessary to learn programming language to interact with the computer? Sir, everyone who is interacting with computer is a programmer. Everyone who is interacting with the computer is a programmer. Everyone interacting with a computer, or a machine is a programmer. Is it so? Is it so? Is it so? No, sir. No, sir. Of course not. Sir, many people in India use ATM machine. They went to ATM machine. Sir, machine. ATM machine. Sir, they interact with the machine. They interact with machine. Am I right or not? Are they programmer? Are they programmer? Do everyone who is going to use ATM machine need to know everything about that ATM machine? Where is the server? Which scripting language is used? Why programming language? No, sir. Not everyone is a programmer. There are two entities. First one is user and second one is programmer. So, in programming world, there are two entities. First one is user and second one is programmer. Okay. Let's understand the concept. Sir, there is a programmer. There is a programmer. There is a programmer. Okay. Some bank hire him. Okay. This programmer write a set of programs. This programmer right? A set of programs. Let us suppose program P1, program P2, program P3, program P4 for ATM machine working, for ATM machine. Okay, try to understand the whole scenario. Sir, coming to ATM machine, when we go to ATM machine, whenever we go to ATM machine, we saw a menu over there. After entering the credentials, we have something like withdrawal, am I right? Then inquiry or something else. Try to understand. When we are pressing this withdrawal, do we have access to this code? Are we accessing these program? Sir, whenever you click on anything, when you press this withdrawal, actually in the background some program is running. When you press on anything else, in the background some program is running. So try to understand, are you using those program or those programs code is given to you? Sir, we don't have access to that code. But somehow, whenever we are doing anything, in the background, some programs written by that programmer used to run. Am I right or not? Try to understand. This is me. Let us suppose this is me. So, I am pressing withdrawal. What does that mean? Am I using those program or I am the programmer for those program? No, sir. I am not the programmer. I am the user. I am using those programs written by programmer. But with the help of which thing I am using those program? I am using those program through this menu. This is called as interface. So a user always use programs through an interface. User always use any product through an interface. Sir, next example. Television. We all used to watch television. Sir, try to understand. Television is having various functionality. Sir, increase volume, decrease volume, many things, change the channel and so on. But in order to use television, a interface is there. What is that interface? Remote. Sir, whenever you press anything, some functionality execute. Something happens inside television. Do I need to know what is happening? No, sir. As a user, I am enjoying watching television through remote button. Sir, coming to bike. Let us assume from today onwards, only those persons are allowed to ride a bike who knows everything about automobile engineering. You are able to ride a bike only when you know everything about automobile engineering. Then how many students are going to ride a bike? 0.001%, sir. 0.00001%, sir. Arey, as a user, do I need to know everything about bike, diesel engine, petrol engine, or gear, or anything else? How a engine works? Do let me know, sir. So there is a user, there is a interface, and there is a programmer. Done to everyone? User uses the code provided by programmer. User uses the code written by programmer with the help of interface. Is that okay to everyone? That means something is written already. something is written already and we are using that thing. Is that okay? Something is written already, we are using it. That is called as user. But we can use it with the help of interface. With the help of interface. Is that okay to everyone? Is that okay to everyone? Is that okay to everyone? Okay, sir. If I want to make a presentation, I will use, what will you do? Sir, if I want to make a document, then please do let me know. If I want to make a presentation, sir, I will use PowerPoint. Am I right? Of course, sir. If I want to make a document, I will use Microsoft Word. That means for particular tasks, certain softwares are needed. For different applications, certain softwares are needed. Of course, similarly, if I want to make a C program, sir, .ppt, sir, .doc, or sir, if I want to write a C program, .c, sir, what I need? I need some C related software. Done? Done? Of course, sir. Of course, sir. So there are so many C related softwares like Dev C++, like Turbo C, like GCC, like Code Blocks, like you can use online compiler, but as of now I am not talking about online compiler, sir, VS Code and many more. Done to everyone? Done to everyone? So to write C program, sir, can I use an online compiler? Of course you are free to do that. Okay, sir, if I want a software on my computer, what we need? We need to install a software. We need to install a software. Whenever you install any C related software, two things come into picture, sir, because whenever you install something, that goes inside memory. Am I right? That goes inside memory. Now I am saying whenever you install any C related software, two things come in picture. The very first thing is compiler. Do we know what is compiler? Of course. And the second thing is library. Now try to understand. Sir, there are two things, compiler and library. Sir, we know about compiler, but we don't know anything about library. Is that okay? So, sir, what is library? Try to understand. Sir. Why we need library? Sir, why we need a library? Sir, on the very first day of my college, my faculty told me write a program. And I am doing copy paste. I am mugging up concepts. I used to write something like this. Printf hello world. Sir, 10 minutes earlier, you told us that inside every language must have a feature to print something onto the monitor screen. So printf is that functionality. sir, what is the task of printf? The task of printf is whatever you provide in double quotes, whatever you provide in double quotes, it will print it onto monitor screen. Is that okay? So because inside this program, printf, double quotes, inside double quotes, I provided hello world. Now try to understand. Did I wrote the code for printf, or am I using printf? Did I wrote the code for printf, or someone else had written the code for printf? Am I the programmer for printf function, or am I the user for printf function? Tell me. See, if this is the scenario, if you are not going to interact, that means you are killing my enthusiasm, you are killing me, and that would create an issue for sure. If you are not able to respond, then it would be a problem for us. See, I can finish the syllabus in 3 days. If you want that, I can do that. Sir, I am using printf. Printf is written by someone else. Printf is written by someone else. What is the task of printf? To print something onto the screen. Okay. Sir, we are using printf, but see, what is the task of compiler? The task of compiler is to find errors in your program, whether every statement is correct or not. That is the task of compiler. If all the statements are correct, then only computer will follow those commands. So when compiler used to come over here, compiler will say, oh, what is printf? Compiler will say, what is printf? Am I right? Because you didn't wrote anything about printf. Then compiler will shout out. Compiler will say, oh, what is this? What is printf? I don't know printf. Sir, where is printf related information? Sir, printf related information is present in this header file. Is that okay? Sir, otherwise compiler will give error. Oh, what is printf? We are using printf through this interface. Try to understand. Is that okay? Sir, why to include this header file? Because this header file include printf related information. Am I right? Or not? Try to understand everything. Done. Sir, in your college, how a library looks alike? Sir, a separate shelf is there for math related books. A separate almirah is there. Am I right? Sir, for computer related, a separate almirah is there for computer related books. Okay, and a separate almirah or shelf is there for English related books. Tell me, isn't it? Of course, sir. Sir, same is with C language or any kind of language. Sir, math.h is the header file that contains different functions related to mathematics. Sir, these are inbuilt functions. We are able to use them. Just like printf. If I want to use already existing functions, already existing functionality, then I can go for any header file. Similarly, if I want to use some input output related, see, std, standard input output header file, just like printf, just like scanf, I will use this header file. So try to understand, sir, what is library? So a library looks like this. Now you get to know why we need to use library. Sir, library contains header file. Through library is acting as an interface. Through that interface, we can use already existing functions. We can use inbuilt functions already written by Dennis Ritchie, creator of C language. Sir, some programmer written some function. We all in this country or in this world are using those functions with the help of library. Is that okay to everyone? Library, compiler, program, programming language, stdio.h. Please tell me. Please tell me, is that okay or not? Clear each and everything? See. Done, sir. Now, let's start. Sir, what is called as a variable? The word itself says everything. Vary, being able to vary, change. That means at different point of time, it can have a different value. Difference between header file and library. Ananda Panda, all header files are present in a library. Library is a collection of header file. So hierarchy difference is there. Library is at lower level, header file is at lower level, library is at bigger level. Library contains all header files. Is that okay? Ananda Panda? Of course, sir. So, sir, if I ask you what is the value of y? If I ask you what is the value of y, you will say, sir, provide the value of x, then only we will tell you what is the value of y. Sir, that means, can I say when x is 1, y becomes 3? Of course. Can I say when x is 2, y becomes 6? Of course. Can I say when x is 3, y is 9? Of course. That means at different point of time, both x and y are having different values. That is why can I say x and y both are variable. Okay. Sir, a variable is just like a container in your kitchen. That contain different items. It may happen that this month, first container contains tea, second container contains sugar, third container contains rice. But our mothers and sisters used to play this permutation and combination things. On our next month, it may happen that this contains sugar, this contain tea, and this contain rice. So a container inside the kitchen may contain different item at different point of time. Am I right? Just like a container, a variable can contain different value or different data at different point of time. In real world, I am talking about goods, things, objects, items, eatables. A lunchbox is just like a container. Maybe today it was rajma rice. Maybe it was biryani. On tomorrow it may be anything else. Done, sir. So a variable is just like a container. Container may contain different eatables or items at different point of time. Similarly, variable may contain different value, different data at different point of time. Done to everyone? Done to everyone? Depending upon the container type, try to understand. Every container has a fixed type. Am I right or not? When you go to market to bring some milk, you used to take a steel utensil, that is inside in North India that is called as dolchi. Am I right or not? Some container like that we used to carry like this, and we go to market to take milk. Am I right? Can I purchase gas inside that utensil? Can I go to the market using by taking a glass and will say, please fill it with gas? Is it possible? Sir, every container has a fixed type, and depending upon the container type, it contain particular type of element. Am I right? Sir, there is no universal container that can store gas, solid or liquid. I am talking about real world. In our home, sir, gas cylinder is there for gas. Am I right or not? Please do let me know. Sir, depending upon container type, particular type of goods can be stored in a particular type of container. You can't, your mother can't put bricks inside lunchbox. Arey, mama, what is this? Why are you putting bricks inside lunchbox? Tell me, am I right or not? So variable store data. Variable store data or value. Container store goods. Just like container store goods, variable stores data or value. So let us talk about value. Okay, sir. How a value is stored inside computer memory? See, computer memory is just like this figure. I am making. Okay. Done. Sir, just like different societies or colonies, a computer contains blocks like this. These boxes like this. Every block has some address. Let us suppose this address is 2. Let us suppose this address is 1. This address is 1198 and so on. Let us suppose this address is 2016. I want to store 10. I want to store a value 10. Sir, how values are stored in computer memory? Wherever memory is available, any random box will store the value. Please understand it. Memory management is not our task. Memory management is not programmer task. That is the task of operating system. So whenever we want to store a value, the value will get stored inside any block. Let us assume in our example, this 10 value is stored over here. Storing a value is not a problem. The problem arises when we want to retrieve. Sir, how to retrieve this value 10? If I want to retrieve this value 10, how can I retrieve this value 10? See, we are not able to open the memory like this. Okay. 10 is here. Are we able to do that? Of course not, sir. So how you able to find this 10? This is the problem. If 10 is stored at any random location, there is no way to access that 10 value. Try to understand. Please try to understand. Okay, let me give you an example. There is a family. Father, mother, and a child. This child does not have any name. There is no name. Kid, 1 year, 8 months. You can assume 8 months. 8 months kid without any name. They went somewhere and there is a mob, and this kid lost somewhere. In a mob. Because this kid does not have any name, how the parent will be able to find the kid? Because they are not being able to announce, hello everyone, our kid named Raju is missed somewhere, please help us. Or they will shout out, Raju, hey Raju, where are you? We are standing closer to the stage, please come beta. Am I right or not? But if he or she does not have any name, how they able to figure it out? Are they able to figure it out? Please respond. You all are not responding, and that is killing my enthusiasm. Please, for first 3 lectures, please tolerate all these basics so that your concept will be more powerful. Okay. So what is the solution? Sir, you can't just store values. In order to retrieve those values, provide a name for this block. Let us suppose I am saying this block name is A. So actually this named is nothing but is providing an identity. This name is providing an identity to this box. Am I right? So, sir. That means how to store values? Sir, to store values, you must write something like this. Sir, what is happening with this? Sir, a container or variable with name A is created. This must has an address and a value. What is this? Value. What is this? Address. Any confusion between value and address? Any confusion between value, address and name? Any confusion between value, address and name? Any confusion between value, address and name? Okay, you want to, let me give you again an example. You go to a theater to watch a movie. What they provide you? What they provide you, sir? Whenever you go to theater to watch a movie, they provide you a ticket like this. They provide you a ticket like this, A6. Let us suppose this is the chair named A6. Try to understand. Sir, actually what is A6? Address? No. No. Address is something like this. Go straight. From the door, go straight 8 feet. Go straight 8 steps. Then take a left, go 10 steps. Then take a right, go 2 steps. If they provide addresses like this instead of ticket, then what will happen? Quarrel, fights inside theater like this. Okay, sir, there is nothing like A6 or F2. What they used to say, okay, give me the money. Okay, from the door, go 12 step, then take a left, 8 step, then 6 step forward. No, sir, this is address. So they don't provide any address. What they provide is, they provide a label. See, on the chair, they provide a label, and on the ticket, they are again providing a label. So you are able to identify the chair inside that theater using this label. Am I right? So what is this? This is actually label. This is the value and this is the address. As of now, we need not to concern about address. Done to everyone? Please do let me know. सबको okay है? देखिए अभी मैं हिंदी बोल गया हूं. Please do let me know. Is it okay to everyone? Please do let me know. Is it okay to everyone or not? Please do let me know. Is it okay to everyone or not? Please do let me know. Is everything clear to everyone? Is everything clear to everyone? Sir, you started your lecture by taking 3 examples. The very first example was Google Maps. Okay. That says there is a source and destination part. Inside a source or destination, what you usually type? Do you ever type 1, 2, 3, 4? No, sir. Sir, what we used to type? We used to type something like this: Goa, Delhi, or anything else. Am I right? Do we provide any number over here? No, sir. Okay. But coming to ATM machine. Sir, again it is a program. And this program asks for PIN number. Do you provide a PIN number like this? No, sir. But instead you provide. Sir, in this example, these are not considered. In this example, I want a number. In this example, I don't want textual data. Adarsh ji, I was telling you the same thing. Label is just like container inside kitchen. In kitchen, what our mother and sister used to do, on every container they put a slip saying that it is tea. Now understand it one last time. When you ask your mother, someday mother told you, Aditya, please make a cup of tea for me. You are going inside the kitchen the very first time. You ask, Mama, where is T? Mummy don't used to tell something like this on second slab. See, there are two ways to tell you. Inside second rack, in second rack, try to understand. In second rack, the first way is like this. On second slab, somewhere, okay. Or if the label was there, you know how to find it. If the label is not there, will you be able to identify where is T? If there are no labels on the container, there are two things. Address is, Aditya, it is on second slab, downside third container. Is that okay? Aditya, there is a difference. Address, I told you, in the movie theater, what is an address? Go straight 12 steps, 8 steps left, then 10 steps forward. This is called as address. What is label? Ticket number. Is that okay? Don't make such things such a phobia. These are small doubts. Is that okay to everyone? Sir. That means here I want textual data. Here I want numeric data. Sir, data can be of various type. Data can be numeric. Inside numeric, sir, it can be number without a decimal point. Or it could be numbers with a decimal point. Or it can be textual data. Just like address or a mail. Am I right? So data can be integer, data can be a number with a decimal point like 17.28, like plus 12, like minus 12. Am I right or not? So data can be any type, numeric, textual. Is that okay? Do let me know. And depending upon the type of data, your program need to handle that data. Am I right or not? So, okay. What if I ask you what is 10 plus 20? If I ask you what is 10 plus 20, forget programming language. I am not teaching any programming language. And if I ask you what is 10 plus 20, what is your answer? If I ask you what is 10 plus 20, what is your answer? Done. Everyone knows. Why you know? Because you know that plus, okay. But if I ask you what is this? Sir, what are you asking, sir? Plus is defined only on numbers. And we all know that these two are numbers. Sir, we all know that these two are numbers, and this is not a number. This is a number. Sir, we are able to answer. We are able to answer. But what I want my machine to answer whether this is correct or not correct. Then, just like us, we need to tell the machine whether this is integer or this is not an integer, whether this is a number or this is a textual data. Am I right or not? Am I right or not? If I am able to answer, I want this power to be given to the machine. Why we are able to answer this? Because we know this is plus, this is number, and plus is defined on numbers. That is why we are able to answer it 30. Now we said, sir, Akash is not a number. I want this thing to be told by machine. So we need to tell the machine that there are different type of data, and depending upon different type of data, our program need to handle that data in different manner. Is that okay to everyone? Is that okay to everyone? I'm not using any wiring over here, but okay, that is okay. Sir, this is monitor. This is monitor. This is keyboard. Try to understand. If you are pressing a key capital A from here, whatever you press from the keyboard, sir, you are pressing capital A from the keyboard, but machine, what machine is getting? What machine is getting? A sequence of 0, 1. Am I right or not? Am I right or not? Whatever you are providing from here, whatever we are providing from keyboard, our program or machine, for machine, it is a sequence of 0 and 1. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Even if you are pressing A or equal to or at the rate, on the other side you are receiving a stream of 0 and 1. For example, if I press capital A from the keyboard, my program is getting a sequence of 0 and 1. Try to understand. What we pressed? Capital A. What program is receiving? Program is receiving a sequence of 0, 1. How the program get to know whether I need to, please try to understand. Sir, this is some number. This is some number. Take it from me that this number has a value 65. Sir, this is a binary number. I will tell you everything about binary number. Sir, this is a binary number. It is having a value 65. Sir, from keyboard what we pressed? Capital A. From keyboard what we pressed? Capital A. Its actual value is 65. How computer will be able to understand whether to take this 0, 1 sequence as capital A or 65? Try to understand. हाँ या ना? बोलिए हाँ या ना? समझ में आ रहा है या नहीं आ रहा है? सर हमने, is that okay? Sorry, I speak out in Hindi. Sir, this is what we pressed from the keyboard. This is what our program received. Now programmer need to understand whether to interpret this sequence of 0, 1 as capital A or as 65. That is why different type of data type is present in every programming language. Clear to everyone? Respond it. Respond fast. Whether it is clear or not. Respond fast whether it is clear or not. Sir, there must be some facility in programming language for different data type. There must be some facility in programming language for different data type. Is that okay to everyone? So today we have another class. At 8:30. I hope in this class everything is clear. Tell me. ठीक है सबको? ठीक है. So yes, the class is at 8:30. The next class is at 8:30. Next class is at 8:30 p.m. Hope that will be okay. Because of some health issue, I need some rest. I need some rest at least for 1.5 hours. That is why the class timing is different from what you expected. Is that okay to everyone? So let's meet at 8:30. So bye bye, take care. मिलते हैं 8:30. Bye bye, take care.